Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to FM21. It's Zero to Hero, episode number 19. It's the promotion playoff final between the top two teams in the playoff. We took second in the league, just 1 point ahead of Boston United, third in the league, and here we are, meeting in the final. We're at home for this one. It's not quite a high enough division to get a Wembley appearance, and so here we are in this heavy downpour. We are the favorites, and I've made one change to the side as we get an early goal. Diego Barreto, who is super stoked, by the way, as he just got called up by the Colombia coach to play in the World Cup. He leaves tomorrow to join the team. Yeah, that's right. He is showing why he deserved that call up and the first shot of the game. And we lead 1-0. That's right. Yes. Okay, well, we did not get the automatic promotion by winning the league, but can we get up through the playoff for the second year in a row? If we can hang on to some players this summer, I like our chances of performing well next season as Ryan Gardner gets the equalizer on that one. That was a really nice ball, and that was really poorly defended coming off of the throw in there because he was completely unmarked, and then a little 2-on-1 there made that so easy. Bridges just horrendous defending on that one. And Boston United is a team that has a strong offensive presence, but is a bit weak defensively. So that is where our chance really lies, is getting some goals. And getting some goals we are doing as Barbados on that one, as we essentially do what they just did to us. Coming in from the throw, laying it back off to the open man, and that was actually cleared out by them, but Elliott, simple ball over the top, and Barbados just behind the line. Boston United were jam-packed all in the same area. They had 5 defenders, almost 6 defenders, in a very small compact area, and Barbados was just hanging back about 8 yards from that line, staying onside, and Elliott saw him, got the chance in there, and Barbados didn't waste it. Holmes heads this his way. Barbados gets the ball and up to Skelnis, who turns, beats his defender. Can he beat the other defender? No, he beats one but can't beat both. Here's Simpson recovering ball for us. Starting the counter. Here's Bridges up to Tunnicliffe, and Fenton, both into the squad here. Bridges, nice one over the top, and Fenton into Skelnis, who nearly makes it 3. Difficult header, difficult angle, and he gets so close, but he goes just wide. This free kick recovers Skelnis. It keeps ping-ponging around. Last game, the ping-pongs cost us. This time, almost benefited from it. Poor defense from Elliott, but Bridges makes a good play and then is yanked down in the box. Yellow card for Billy Weaver. And we're not the ones getting in trouble there. Possession, 51-49. We've got ourselves a tight contest, and somehow Boston United is actually ahead in the XG compared to us. 6-3 on the shots. 80% passes completed. They're at 85. 4 yellow cards for Boston United right now. The team in yellow is very much the team in yellow right now. That could be big for us going into the second half. Pump this. Played well. Room for improvement. All right. Good response. Fenton is struggling in his first start. Pressure is on, stepping in on the final, but Jameson was having such a bad attitude. Jameson was so mad about getting subbed off in that last game, and then Fenton came in and got the game winner. Fenton on paper is better than Jameson, but as we talked about last episode, Jameson has the attacking prowess. Fenton is a little more well-rounded, but not necessarily good in the attack. But here he is with a chance, and he blasts it straight off the goalkeeper. That was a real chance to score that he missed, but that's the thing. He's not that great in the attack, but he's faster, and that was kind of what bore out that opportunity. 7-3 on the shot attempts. it's a tight affair. It is absolutely a tight affair. But right now, we look the better team, at least by a bit of a margin. 57 minutes here. Not quite time to change mentality. Fenton, nice ball over the top. Phil Skelnis turns, uses the sideline. He's going to take it all the way to the end line, and he creates a beautiful chance there for, was that Barbados or was that Barreto? I think that was Barreto coming in. And great sliding tackle there to take that away from Chiabi and send it out for the throw. We've not been good coming off throw-ins. Here's Wilson. He's going to get the chance. 2 defenders on him, and he somehow wins that and gets it through. There's all those yellows. Finally, Williams clears that away, and Phil Skelnis lays it off for Fenton, who can't keep it in. Come on, Fenton. We'll stay on attacking for a few more minutes. Okay, that's a few more minutes down to positive. We're ahead. We're ahead here. Whirl with the free kick. That's high. Good bend to it. I think Aspinall probably had that covered anyway, but Jameson can't win that one, but we get forward. Maybe he did win that. Phil Skelnis gets the chance, but it's blocked immediately. Out for the corner kick. They head this away, but Barbados is going to get there first. 9-5 on the shots. 75th minute. It's nearly time to go defensive and try to hang on. Chiabi with the tying goal. Off the throw-in. That is our weakness by far. Our weakness in all these matches that we're playing is coming off of not defending the throw-in well, and it's the return guy. We're not marking the return guy. The guy handling the throw-in themselves are finding themselves wide open over and over and over again, and then they get these free balls into the box, and the defense doesn't react quickly enough. Jameson, no pressure there. Terrible defensive player. And Chiabi again. Blast this one. Free kick. Offside. 83rd minute. We'll stay positive. Barreto is definitely feeling it. Williams, nice ball. Phil Skelnis cannot get there, though. Williams again with the header away. Defense looking a little lost right now as they are getting every ball, and Chiabi nearly wins this thing. Come on, guys. Come on. Our chance. It's been a game of important throw-ins. Tunnicliffe into Holmes. Barreto's got some space, but he goes back to Tunnicliffe. These guys, now Tunnicliffe finally. Oh, come on. Bad choices, but here's Barreto getting to this one. Keeps it in, lays it off for Elliott. Out for the corner kick after the keeper was forced to make a save. He should have hung on to that one, really. Wilson can't recover that. Out for the throw. Bridges is not happy. Jameson is still complacent. Extra time, by the way. Semifinal was extra time. So was theirs. They were down 1-0 to Chorley until they scored with about 3 minutes left in regulation to tie. And then the same guy scored 2 more goals in stoppage or in extra time. So they won 3-1. We won 2-1 in extra time in the semifinals. And now the final goes to extra time as well. So very, very hard fought. Slight advantage in possession. Second half looked very much like the first half, though I think Boston United was a little bit better. XG certainly amounts to that as well. And considering it was 2-1 at half and 2-2 at end of regulation. And look at that. 4 yellow cards in the first half. And then we get 6 yellow cards in the second half, all in the last half hour. I didn't do anything to change tactically that would lead to suddenly having 6 yellow cards in that second half. Is that the change in momentum? Probably. They went more attacking, and so we had to get more aggressive in our defense. But that's a very worrying sign. I mean, that's more than half the team. Okay, motivated. That's good. We have subs available. We've only used 1. Barreto is very tired, but playing well. It's hard to want to bring him off, but we might not have much of a choice. Barbados also very tired, but he's going to get a real chance. Oh, what a stop. Great sliding tackle from the defender, from the fullback to send that one out. The ball's looking nice, but defense gets there first. Here's Jamison, who blasts that one off the defender. It's out for a corner kick. Or not. That was just Jamison kicking the ball 40 yards off target? I don't think so. Simpson up to Elliott. Here's Elliott up to Barbados. Barbados cuts inside and then lays it off to Holmes. Here's Elliott on the overlap. He's going to lay it off again as he can't find a way through. Barreto. We're working this left-hand side well at the moment, but we find Barbados inside. Back to Phil Skelness. Now we're working the ball around the middle of the pitch, almost at the final third. Tunnicliffe over the top to Barbados, into Phil Skelness, back to Barbados, and that one looked like it took a deflection too, but also called out for a goal kick. Okay, we don't have a choice. We're going to have to make some subs here. Tunnicliffe's having a weak match and is very tired now, so let's go ahead and bring out the young starlet. And bring on Ando, and then that'll also push Holmes up. This worked out for us in the last game. Staying positive. We are in control right now. Boston's only had one shot attempt. Possession skewing a little bit our way. Passes completed is going up. We're a little stronger this time around. That's halftime. Still no goal. Is this thing headed for penalties, or can one side get a winner? Hopefully our side. No pressure on Bright at the moment, though, and then we slowly step up. That is not our tactic. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, Bridges heads that away. Phil Skelness is going to chase that down and put some pressure on. He does not win it, but that makes a huge difference. Simpson, now Barreto in some space. Barreto, long ball over the top. Barbados on the run. He'll keep it in. He's crossing. It's not going to reach the target. You can see the fatigue. Elliott in possession. Back to Ando. Here's Williams over the top. Barbados. Again, fatigue. Showing its ugly head right now. Elliott inside. Phil Skelness through to Barbados. He's going to get there eventually. Defense makes a meal of it, and Barbados nearly capitalizes. Jamison struggling. That's why he did not get the start today, but what are you supposed to do with Fenton? Ooh. I feel like we got away with a hold there. Williams again winning the header. Here's Jamison. Can he finally do something? Oh, come on. You had Phil Skelness through behind the D, but onside. Elliott. Phil Skelness gets there. Barbados. Jamison. What? That wasn't offside. That was not offside. That was just perfectly... That was clearly onside. Barreto now very, very tired. Penalties. Oh, man. Okay. Phil Skelness, obviously. And Barreto. Barreto is going to be in. Bridges is calm. That's looking good. Simpson's looking good. Williams, no way. Barbados has the composure piece, but is terrible on penalties. We might have to go with him. He scored a lot of goals this season. I think Bridges might go first. Phil Skelness in the middle. Probably a good spot. Aspinall, really? Composure ability. Oh, gosh, Jamison. Oh, Jamison. I think we have to go with Barbados. And then, what else? Holmes. All right, pump this. And we should be winning this. Come on, guys. Come on. We've got the goalkeeper advantage. Bridges starts off well. Okay. That was the one I was most worried about. Barbados is the other one, and that's why they're at the beginning. Oh, man. Aspinall should have saved that. He read it right. He waited. It was a little slow. Barbados gets it. Okay, we're up 2-1. Those were the two that I was most worried about. Jameson, though, Jameson might be the other one just because of the focus piece. He looks like he's going to be good at penalties, and he scored a lot of goals. He needs this one, and he gets it. 3-2. 3-2. Really picked up the pace this year on how they handle penalties. They actually first started picking it up last year. It was so slow before. Aspinall has gone the right way twice, but not able to make a stop. Barretto's the one you can count on, and I think we're good for our last two guys. So all we need is Aspinall or them to make a mistake. Aspinall, one save, buddy. One save. Come on. Come on. Oh, he goes the right way 3 times. Can't make a stop. That was a good shot, though. He should have had the other two. Here's Phil Skelnis. And he gets it. It's 5-4. Can we get a winner in the primary 5 penalties? Or is this thing going to go beyond to sudden death penalties? I do like our depth a bit more on what we can do with the other guys. And there is Aspinall with the save! Oh, yes. Oh, man, Aspinall. What? The hero. Oh, my goodness. What a freaking game. Through penalties, 5-4. Aspinall making the save. Nobody missed. None of the 10 players missed their shots. All of them got it right. But Aspinall, who gets it right 4 times, finally makes a massive save to send us through promotion. Yes, we have done it. We move up another tier yet again. 2nd straight year, though, without winning the league. They had us favorites again, and I don't understand why they keep making us favorites when it's clear that we are not there. But hell yeah. League reviews for the end of the season. Bath, Aldershot, Ebbsfleet, Stockport going down. We're, of course, taking one of those spots coming up. So here is the teams we'll be facing. Tranmere missing out on promotion. Notts County, the one going up. York wins the league. Tight contest. 3 teams very close to the top, just like what we had down in the National League North. That's the National League. That is our home for next season. 24 teams, so a 46-match season. It's going to be a little bit longer, a little bit more going on. Joining us in the National League will be Stephen Age and Lincoln. Preston winning that league to go up. Salford United on their way up as well to League One. The team's come a long ways in about a decade. Swansea crushing League One this season. It looks more like they just had a good season and a lot of other teams struggled because you have a very, very tight contest from Portsmouth on down to about Gillingham. That's just 6 points separating second from 9th place at the end of the season. Southampton killing it in the championship, 100-plus points this season. Watford grabbing 93. They've secured promotion. Sheffield United with Crystal Palace for the promotion playoff. They have not played that match just yet. And finally, in the Premier League, it's West Ham, West Brom. And it looks like with one to play, Everton might be going down. They've got a chance with a win. They've got the goal differential. Aston Villa and Blackburn both in trouble if they can't grab a result of some kind. Even a point might not be enough for either of them. Fulham, Bournemouth, bad seasons, but they survive. Wolves, not so good. 40 points this season, but that's enough for mid-table. Leicester struggling in 12th place. That's pretty bad considering where they've been of late. Burnley, good season with 42, though that's really, really tight from Everton all the way up to that point. Brighton at 43, that's a good season. Newcastle at 45, just barely ahead of that huge battle. Norwich, great season for them with 46 points. Leeds on 47 in 7th place, looking like they might be headed for European football. But then that's where you have the big six coming in. Arsenal, well behind the rest of the big six, but well ahead of the mid-pack. Liverpool, just 5th place, 2nd season in a row that they have struggled. Tottenham in 4th. You've got Man United all alone in 3rd place. Chelsea alone in 2nd. And Man City, with 1 to play, have secured the league win. Just 4 losses, just 2 draws this season. The Big Six, very, very dominant in the Premier League this year. And Man City, that's like 5 straight championships now. 5 straight championships. Ugh. That's disgusting. It's funny because I don't even think it's very controversial to say how gross that is to have Man City on top for 5 years, because they have no fans. They just have money. Okay, no, I'm wrong. They do have some fans, but they're like teenagers who have no concept of the history of the league and don't realize that Man City is just money bags. All right. Well, anyway, it's Mbappe who's doing it. Leads the league with 20 goals. Looks like he's probably won that title. Calvert-Lewin, the only one who's anywhere near, and that's Everton. They're going to need him to come up in a big way in their final match if they are going to survive the drop, which is surprising. Year in review as we go to wrap the season. Sam Thomas, who moved on to Cardiff, got quite a few appearances, 8 starts, 26 off the bench, 1 goal, 4 assists, but a decent rating for the 19-year-old. Cardiff, I'm assuming championship. I didn't see where exactly they were. They were mid-table somewhere. Middlesbrough, for Hoey, he got 6 starts and 1 appearance off the bench and had a good rating there as well. So both of them showing themselves at a much higher level. My best players are certainly capable. But that list is a very short list now as we keep losing player after player. Biggest win, 6-1, the last match of the regular season. Match to remember was 3-0 against Gateshead. Goal of the season was Jameson. Interesting. Finances, sponsorship up a little bit. Broadcast revenue was down this season, surprisingly. Corporate hospitality coming up more than double what it was a season ago, and that was more than double the season before. So we are starting to definitely accumulate some funds through corporate and hospitality. Competition prize money massively higher than a season ago, 70,000 more. Matchday commercial retail also almost doubling this season. Merchandise was still minimal, but it went from $100 to $1,400. So we are starting to see that whole we're at another level now. We're definitely at another level. So reputation just finally hit local last season. It's still local. We're still at a half star apparently. I was hoping for 1 star this season, but that was going to be a pretty big jump to get to 1 star. I'm assuming we're close. See, Feel Skelness led the way, but Barbados was definitely good. Barreto was very good. Simpson had a great season. And Aspinall, 7.0 for a goalkeeper. Of course, I think they redid the rating system for goalkeepers this year. You never saw 7.0 unless you were Premier League. And it shows. Aspinall had a good season. Bridges with 7 assists. Elliott did get 5, but Elliott was definitely not as good. 6.67 rating was less than stellar. But we are ready to move on from Jameson, especially with the promotion of the National League. So whether it's Fenton, I don't know, or one of our U18 players coming up, and I'm kind of leaning towards it's going to most likely be that, as Fenton is slightly better than Jameson, but also has the same problem of already being near his ceiling. And while he's technically better, it's mostly just that he's faster and stronger than Jameson. And of course, we're going to need that as we go up a level. But Jameson, 17 assists, 15 goals through 54 appearances. 188 goals for Fjellskelnes now. That's big. Thomas took over his highest transfer fee. No competition awards. Though Fjellskelnes was one of the favorites for Player of the Year for the league. Aspinall makes it to the list of best 11. Hoey still holds that title. Aspinall is going to come in as the secondary guy on that. Bridges on top. Elliott somehow already at left back, even though he's not been good and nowhere near the top player that he replaced. Simpson, Williams, Holmes, Kerr in the side. White is still somehow up there on left back, but left wing. Barbados is now into the first 11. I could see Barbados taking over from White. George White is like Jameson and was in the position till Jameson took over. It's a little odd that they've got White out on the left, even though he played on the right his whole time. But anyway, White was just like Jameson, a player who was not good enough, but did well under the circumstances. But that winger has been a bit of a weakness for us that we've never quite gotten fully developed on. Breaking it down with some career numbers, Bridges now at 150 appearances. That's the most of the current defense. Ratings near a 7. Simpson near a 7. Williams is coming up. He's certainly developed it. Somehow he's got more appearances than Simpson, but Simpson was injured for quite a while and missed some time. Holmes now at 140. Barreto at 188. So he's been going a long time. 32 goals. He's over a 7. Didn't realize he's been such a long-serving member of this team. Kerr, surprising he's in the side with just 72 and half of those off the bench. Barbados now at 92. He'll top 100 soon. George White, already long gone. His ratings are high because of the level we were in and how dominant we were compared to them. Fjellskelnes, 151 goals through 144 appearances. I think he'll probably tip that the wrong direction, meaning he'll have more appearances than goals after next season, presumably, but maybe he'll hang on. Aspinall now coming up as our best goalkeeper off the bench, 53 appearances. He's got a long ways to go to overtake Hoey, though he's got a better average rating. McManus somehow in the side, mostly off the bench. Lambert, I don't even remember Lambert, but looking at the ratings, I'm guessing that's a first season kind of guy, or say second season kind of guy. Jameson, he's up there, 178 appearances, long time inside. That's the second most of anybody at the top. That's more than Fjellskelnes thanks to the injury. Barreto is one of our holdovers from the first season, I guess, looking at the number of appearances. So he's our longest serving guy now. Fjellskelnes is from that first season, but he missed most of a year. Annual reputation markers, Man City, Man United still at the top. Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal all raising their profile. Accrington Stanley, the top of the Vanarama National League in terms of reputation. There's our marker. That's what it's coming down to. We're now going to be in the same division as Tranmere, so that's going to end that relationship. They're giving us $5,000 to use our facilities and then could loan us players. That never happened and wouldn't. But you can see that National League, we're looking at 1.5 stars as National League South, Maidstone, 1.5 stars. So compared to the rest of the league, we are still significantly below the marker. Kings Lynn, Chester, Geisley are all down here at that 1-star mark. We should be coming along here pretty soon, you would think. But so far, still no sign, and we're getting down to that 6th division that we just left behind. There's Kettering, who we just finished behind in the league. Still no sign of us yet, and it's starting to get a little worrying that we are this far below those around us. Our reputation not quite catching up, is it? Now we're getting into the last of the Tier 6 sides that we just left behind, and there we are finally. Oh, are you kidding me? 2 clubs just above us is where you hit 1 star. So we are literally as close as you can get to finally having a 1-star reputation. Of course, we went from no reputation to local rep last season. You can see that hashtag United are now just below us in that 6th tier, who we competed against a season ago. And now, okay, well, we're on the verge of hitting that 1-star, but we are still so far below our competitors, the rest of that 5th tier that we're now going to be in. And we were just hitting the edge of the 6th tier now, so we've got a ways to go, but that 1-star rep is on the verge. It's close. Obviously, playing there this next season, it'll get us up there. I mean, if we're here right now, not even having played in the division yet, playing in that division next year, almost right away, that reputation will pick up, build, hit that 1-star level. And actually, what is it physically at? Let's see. 1805. So I don't know what exactly their cutoff point is. You would think it would have been at some sort of 100 marker, and we just passed that. So any moment we should see that 1-star rep coming along. Is it 2,000? I doubt it. It's not going to take 200 more points to get up just 2 spots. There's not that kind of gap among 2 clubs. So any moment now, we'll be hitting that 1-star rep, and it's about time. Club attendance is growing. It's up to 190 now. The minimum club attendance is still pretty dang small. Maximum club attendance, of course, has to do with the stadium. Things are good. Things are growing. Things are coming along. Our staff is pretty decent, considering how low our reputation still is. And that is certainly helping us develop the players. This climb, though, 2 straight years of 2nd place, well, that hasn't shown up yet as we haven't shifted into the new season, but we're at the halfway point. 10th tier, we're going to be playing in the 5th tier this season. So big progress, halfway through the climb, but it's absolutely getting harder from this point forward. 2 straight years of not winning the league. We lost a couple key players last season, and I'm certainly worried about losing some this offseason. Transfer window just opened a week ago, and we're already getting offers of about $25,000 for a couple of guys. That's worrying that it's this early in the window, and those kind of offers are already coming in. So retention of players is going to be the big story of this offseason as we approach that transfer deadline. Like I was saying a little bit ago, if we can retain the full squad, I like our chances. If we lose a couple players, we'll be in a bit of trouble. I've already made my moves on who's coming up. A couple guys going down to the U23s. So our bottom end, our 60s, Callum Gold, Jameson's still around. But otherwise, we're looking at now a trio of players in their 70s coming up, featuring Kane Robinson, who just came in our youth intake, already a 75. He was a 60-something when he came in just a couple of months ago. 151 on that potential, so it's the first time in a long time that an outfield player has above a 150 potential. Jewel also is coming along. I mean, he was a 39, now a 74. but slowly. He's still unambitious, and that's just slowly changing. But I think Robinson, we're going to find a way to make him feature. Right now, he could feature as striker and feel Skelnis and Barbados play the wingers. Is he good enough for that? I don't know. Maybe we need to train him. Or are we going to go with Liam Campbell, one of the others who came up? Campbell doesn't have the finishing, but the dribbling, free kick taking, the passing. You might be a good option out there on that wing. Either way, Jameson, bottom tier of this list, is just not good enough anymore. He's too slow, no acceleration. He's got leadership, but beyond that, nothing stands out. His technique of a 13 is the highest rating besides his leadership. He's barely holding anything in the teens. I think Liam Campbell might be headed for that starting spot. He's got better acceleration, though not great. The pace, determination. He's lacking some of those mental attributes, but those will come along. He's just 18. Passing's already high. The finishing is certainly lacking, but it is for Jameson as well. So maybe that's the easier path, taking somebody with a bit higher of a ceiling and currently already better, and getting him in as a starter will help him develop. It's still a weakness for us. We haven't quite figured out what's going on with that third attacking position, but I think that could be a better short-term answer. And meanwhile, Kane Robinson, we've got to start getting him to feature into the side, and he should start developing a lot more rapidly. After that, is Ando where he belongs on the bench? Could be. Fenton right now is the one who is featuring instead of Campbell, and I don't think Fenton just does not have skills. He could pass. He's got some technique. Everything else is significantly lower. He's got a little bit of flair. That's about it. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. This season will get started in the 5th tier, Vanarama National League. We're down to the single division tiers here on out. So we see every team in the tier with us. I think we finally have hit a point where we're not quite good enough to keep climbing without some continued development. And we'll see. Hanging on to players is ever important now. And whatever development we can get, we've got a lot of guys that have kind of stalled, like Phil Skelnis. Though, in Phil Skelnis' defense, he was down into the 80s after his long-term injury. He had climbed to about a 92 and was down to an 89 after the injury. He's back to a 95 this season, so he is developing. Simpson's on the verge of 100. Barbados is on the verge of 100. Tunnicliffe has improved nicely this season, now a 94. While Ando was looking like the starter, now Tunnicliffe has worked his way in. So good things are happening overall. Even Elliott, who was really struggling, is up to a 92 now. Williams, one of the weak links, just a 77 at center back. So we're definitely lacking some depth here and there. Maybe Grundy, another call-up, came from the U23s. Maybe he is going to see his way into the side ahead of Williams. He's certainly got better potential, and he's not far behind him. So I'm wondering if this is the season to sacrifice a couple things, like putting Jameson to the bench and letting a young player develop. Putting Williams to the bench and letting a young player develop. He's still developing, Williams, and he's done a fine job. He's winning so many headers. I'm wondering, is that his real strength? Jumping reach is a 13. Heading is actually only a 6. Tackling's a 12. Marking's a 10. So the jumping reach is kind of making up for a weak heading rating, and he's got good mental attributes, and I think that's where he's winning so many. Just 20. Williams hasn't featured for long, but what is Grundy capable of? Tackling's an 11, so that's also good, but marking's only a 6. Heading only a 5. Jumping reach only a 9. So no, he is not looking like somebody you'd want to be playing at center back. Definitely more of a fullback. Passing's an 8. First touch is good, 14, but he's not really suited to any position necessarily. He's got some good mental attributes and can fill in when needed, but Grundy, I don't know. And that's the thing. These guys might have some talent, might have some skill, but suited to their position, not necessarily. And that's the group up here that's filling in, that's doing good things. These guys, just some skill in a couple of places, but not necessarily ready to contribute. That does it for this one, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.